So David,
yes, sir.
I have heard about the new heat pump water heater.
Yes.
Haven't seen it yet.
Yes.
Walk us through it.
Okay, so I'm going to say this. If you have an electric water heater in your house, I highly recommend going heat pump water heater.
Okay.
So you know how an electric water heater works. You've got heating elements and you got a lot of electricity, and those heating elements heat the water, and you keep the water hot all the time by energizing elements. Midea is experts in heat pump.
Mm-hmm.
We've got heat pumps in everything. Why not put a heat pump in a water heater to where we're not producing heat, we're transferring heat from the space through the heat pump and into the water. It seems to be a more efficient way to do it. So if you've got an electric water heater, this is the way to go, and there's a lot of rebates out there right now for these as well.
Right, I find the easy way to describe a heat pump to people is that we're moving more energy than we're actually generating,
That
right?
is correct.
So when you see a heat pump's got a COP of 2,
Yep.
what we're saying is for every unit of energy, we're actually getting 2 units of energy for free
Exactly.
through that process.
Exactly.
So what's unique about the Midea heat pump water heater from a technical perspective? What are some of the things that are cool about it?
Well, I mean, what we've tried to do is enhance on every other product that's out there, right? And so again, us being heat pump experts, we can take the expertise that we've got in the ductless products
Yep.
and the central ducted products, and then we can put it into the Midea unit. So we've also got a range of sizes, so 50, 65, and 80 gallons. So from your typical 50 gallon or 65 gallon residential application, we can also jump into whether it's a bigger home or commercial applications of 80 gallon, and you can see the efficiencies there. Rebates are there. Does a heat pump water heater cost more up front? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But this has got one of the fastest paybacks if you're going from straight electric to heat pump, or you just want to decarbonize, get rid of the fossil fuel. You're worried about carbon monoxide, you're worried about that.
Right.
Get away from it, go to heat pump, transfer the air, transfer the heat, don't create the heat, and you're just more efficient.
Now, is this unit intended to be a ducted unit, or what's the plans from that standpoint of this heat pump water heater? Because obviously we could be rejecting cool air. Are we going to use that for anything? We're going to keep it in the mechanical room? What are some of the options?
So you say, what are we going to do with that? In the innovation process now, we're thinking of ways to do that, right?
Right.
So if we're warming, and then we're creating cold air as we extract it, what can we do with that? So we just actually had an innovation session the other day about what can we do with that. So there's definitely more to come on that.
Yeah, and I'm sure you'll be talking to contractors. If there's any theme to all the other discussions we've had today, go to your customers, speak to your customers, and see what they need.
You got it. And what we found out through some of the private equity purchases, they're coming in and buying both HVAC contractors and plumbing contractors. So in the past, those two trades were kind of separate. You got
Yep.
plumbing companies and HVAC companies.
Yep.
Now private equity buys 6, 7, 8, 10, 20,
Yeah.
and they're mixing. So now we've got not only our ductless, but our central ducted on the HVAC side. Now we take that same technology, we put it in the heat pump water heater, so we're going to take care of the plumbing side of that as well. So we've got a total package for these companies.
Yeah, it's an interesting proposition, right? Because you end up, there's a private equity that likely owns the building, now owns the mechanical trade that can install that
Yes,
heat pump water
exactly.
heater.
Exactly.
Heat pump water heaters are not that complicated. Can you sort of walk through that? Like, yeah, an electric water heater is very basic, you don't have to think too much about it, but a heat pump water heater is a packaged unit, right?
It's a package unit. I mean, it's a self-contained unit, right? It's no different than like the package window heat pump we looked at a little bit earlier. It's a package unit. It just requires some power, and then the heat pump kicks in. And again, my idea is we're just transferring it. So we're taking the heat from this space through the heat pump, and we're actually heating water with heat that already exists in the space. And then we just need to extract the cold air that it creates.
Yeah, it's cool. Well, I look forward to talking to you next year once you got a whole whack of these installed and get some feedback.
It's super exciting. We've got a lot of buzz, a lot of feedback. And again, if you've got an electric water heater, it may cost you a little bit up front to do a heat pump. Look for local rebates on these things because they really want to push them to take the strain off the electric grid, and we'll get more and more efficient. So we're doing a great job with that. We look forward to it.
Thanks, David.
Michael, thank you.
Appreciate it.